Looking for a fun holiday craft? Let's paint this beautiful ceramic Christmas tree step by step.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and today we are going to paint a ceramic Christmas tree from start to finish. Whether this is your first time or you're reliving some vintage memory about the ceramic Christmas tree, this project is so much fun and beginner friendly. We'll go over everything: the glaze, the paint, the brushes, the base, even those adorable little light bulbs. So grab your tree and let's get festive. So I know it is only July, but I am going to be having a Christmas in July paint party at one of my local restaurants that I do. So if you are from the Gainesville, Texas area, you can sign up, uh, and I will put a link to that sign up, uh, where you can sign up for that. I'll put it down below in the description area. Okay, so now I got um, this Christmas tree, ceramic Christmas tree. I got this from a wholesale company. And this is the one that I got. It is an 11-inch tree. Now today, what I'm going to be painting and showing you how to paint. This was a bigger tree. They come in all different sizes. They even come in a cactus, which is really really cute. So I'm going to be doing this is how what they look like before they're painted. They're just bisqueware. Now you don't have to glaze it, only unless you use a kind of glaze that has to be fired. I said glaze. Yeah, you have to put some glaze on it. Sorry, I misspoke. But you don't have to fire it. That's what I meant to say, but only if you put a type of glaze that has to be fired, then you got to fire it. But the glaze that we're going to be using today, you don't have to fire it. Now, I got this tree, 13-inch Christmas tree, from, like I said, a wholesale company, and they are called Bisque Imports. And I will put that link to where I got this um, down below in the description area. Now, I think that you can buy them retail. I'm not really sure if you can. I don't know, but I'm sure that you can get something similar someplace. I really don't know if I will. I will do some searching, and I will see if there is a place that you can get something similar to this, so you could do this at home. But this is what I have. Okay, so it comes with the tree with the holes, and of course you will. It also has the cord that goes with it that you would plug in, and it has the little tiny colored lights, like it's on this one. And this one has a base that you set the tree on top. Okay, so I will go over with you the materials that you will be needing to be able to paint this Christmas tree. So first of all, of course, you will need your ceramic bisqueware Christmas tree with the base. Now, if you get this size, this is an 11-inch. The base is already on there, so you don't have to have a separate base. Okay, but here is the paint that you will need. You'll need. I chose a brown paint. These are all acrylic paints, and they're all matte. Okay, this is a brown, and then you'll have to have a few different color greens if you want to do green. Now, you don't have to do your tree in a green. You could do different colors, if you want to. I've seen people do their tree in pink. I have seen people do a black Christmas tree, kind of a and they put is really cute. They did the tree in black, and then they used orange, um, the orange bulbs for it, and it turned out so cute. So that could be like a Halloween, or you could probably do like purple, you know. And I think you could probably get those little extra bulbs. Now, the bulbs do come with it. They are like a multicolor, just like with this Christmas tree right here. They are multicolored, um, the multicolored light bulbs. But if you wanted something a little bit different, you could probably search on Amazon and get extra bulbs, so you could use that bulbs for that. But anyway, okay, back to the paints. Now I've got several different shades of green that I chose for the green, and also to once you get through painting your whole tree, you will need a glaze, a sealer, and this is by Deco Art. It is Americana triple thick. Now it is a clear glaze, and it dries clear on there. And then you could also, here's an option, you can also get some glitter paint. You could put that on there. Oh, and another thing that is looks very nice. Now I use this, these are called metallic lusters. And this is a copper, this is called copper, the name of the paint is called Copper Kettle. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, and then also another one. Here is a really pretty one. This is a metallic luster. It's a, let me see if you can see that or not. That is a brilliant turquoise. Very pretty. Okay, so that's what you need, for to start the paint. And of course, also you will need a 1-inch flat brush. Okay, and now I did not get any because I don't have any right now with me. I'm just using an older an older brush. Oh, I meant, sorry. This is something also. So you notice on this tree where it has on the tips, it looks like it's snow. Well, this is a texture. This is also by Deco Art, and it is called Snow-Tex. So this gives it a good texture, and it makes it look like you've got snow on there. Okay, so and I'm just putting that on there with an older brush, a round brush. Now, a lot for a lot of my paint parties, it just makes it easier if I use like a Q-tip, and plus we can just take it and throw it away. But this one is an older one. I don't mind if the Snow-Tex doesn't quite come out very good. It's okay. So brushes, and also here's just a rag to use to wipe your brushes off, and also a cup of water. That's very important to have to rinse your brushes off if you're changing colors out. Okay, so now I guess we can go ahead and get started with painting, and I will um, change my camera position to an overhead so that you'll be able to see everything that I am doing. So, all right. So, we'll just meet me over there. Okay. All right.
All right, now I am taking the base first of all, and I am going to start painting that with a brown acrylic paint. Now I'm going to paint the whole thing on there, and I'm going to use paint strokes that is going to be in one direction so that you will not be able to see those paint strokes, okay? Now you don't have to paint on the inside of that base, just paint all around on the outside. Then after I get through with the base, I'll put it aside and let that dry, and then we'll get started on the Christmas tree color.
All right, now I have the base already painted, and I'll set it aside to let it dry. It dries pretty fast, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, the next thing, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start with the Christmas tree, and I'm going to start from the bottom of the tree and work my way down. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, and I will start by using, now a lot of times I will, kind of like to I will hold this in between like my legs to kind of support it so that it doesn't fall and break. But I'm just going to show you a little bit of how we're going to do this. So I'm going to start out with this really, really dark green. I'm just going to go in and start right here at the bottom. Okay, so I'm not going to show you all of it. I'm just going to kind of show you a little bit of how I do this. So I start from the bottom, and I'm going to use a really dark green at the bottom and working my way up, and it'll go lighter as I go up. Okay, so you want to get the base pretty good with this dark green. And kind of keep your strokes going in one direction, so you don't have a lot of brush strokes showing. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to, I will finish the rest of this bottom piece, and I'll come back and I'll show you how I'm doing the rest of the underneath of the tree. So I'm going to just finish this right now. Okay, so now you can see that I pretty much gotten all of the underneath part done. I'll just touch up a little piece right there that I missed. Okay, now I am going to add a different color to it just to make it a little bit interesting. Okay, this is, I'm just going to kind of streak that in. This is called a holly green. And I'm just going to, just to kind of give this a little bit of interest in here. I'll streak that in here a little bit. Just kind of on top of the other green that I've got. All right. Now, like I said, these Christmas trees, they're, you can do them all different colors. I've seen people do them in a pink. I've seen people do them red. I've even seen somebody did one in a plain white. So it's up to you. You can decide. Okay, now what I got pretty much have the bottom already covered with all green. Now I'm going to start with the underneath of these tips. Okay, so I'm going to do all of the underneath part. So I'll let you see that as I'm doing that. Okay, so we're just going to go underneath. Okay, just kind of underneath all of the underneath parts. Okay. Not worrying about the tops yet. We're just going all the way around and doing all of this underneath of the tree. And what we're going to do with this green is as we go up, we're going to get kind of a lighter color green as we go up the tree. Okay, so just go all the way around, and I will finish doing this underneath, and I will come back and I'll show you how to do the rest of the tree. Okay. All right, now I am back and I have already finished doing all of the underneath here. As you can see, I went from dark and I'm going lighter at the top. Okay, so, and I need to get something to wipe my hands because I've got almost as much paint on me as I do on the tree. So I'm going to wipe some stuff off of the table and off of me for just a little bit. So, and I'll get back to you. Okay. All right. So the next thing that we will be doing is we will, I'll move that base out of the way real quick because I didn't want to get any paint on it. Okay. All right. So we will start from the top of the tree and then start painting from the top of the tree and go down. Okay. All right. Now, got this lighter green. I'm not sure how I like that. I don't know. I don't really like that color green, so I'm just going to wipe it off. That's one good thing about baby wipes. You can just kind of wipe some stuff off. I don't really like that color. I'm going to go with this other green that I've got here. I've got going here. Okay. I'm just going to go with this. This is what I like to do. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. So we're going to start, and remember when you're doing, there's lots of grooves and everything in this. So just remember that as you are painting this with your brush, to get down in those little grooves and get all of that paint, cover up all those little white places. Okay. Now, if any paint happens to run down inside of these little holes here in the tree that you're going, these are the holes to put the lights in, you will want to just take an end of a brush, a paintbrush, and just kind of go down inside like this if you got any drips that drip in there. Okay, so because it could, the drips could, you know, cause it could cause the little things, the little bulb things, not to be able to fit so well in there. So as you're going down and this on the tree with your paint, just make sure that you're getting all of those little grooves in there. Okay, just get all those little grooves with your brush. Okay, just get down in there really good. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to continue to paint this top of the tree. Okay, I'm going to continue to paint, and I'll, we'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, so I'll be back and show you what we need to do next after we get all the top of the tree painted. Now remember, we will go down, you'll do a lighter and then you'll get to the darker part as you're going all the way down to the tree. Okay? All right, we'll be back. Okay, now as you can see, I have already gotten all of the top and the underneath. Just one thing you can do before you start doing anything else, just look at your tree and just to see, look at it, check and make sure that you've got all the little uh, grooves painted. You want to make sure that there's no little white places. You haven't missed anything underneath, okay, or anything like that. And also, you can look inside of the holes to make sure that there's no drips, and you can take a paintbrush and go down inside of that. Okay, so I've already done that, and I think it's pretty well um, painted now. Okay, now the next thing that you will want to do, we're going to get back to this base here. Okay, I'm gonna go put the tree aside, let it kind of dry a little bit. It's pretty dry. It, like I said, this acrylic paint dries pretty fast, but I'm gonna go back to this base, and we're going to start working with the metallic lusters now. Okay, so you're just going to take this metallic luster. This is called copper kettle, and this one, this particular one right here, I'm gonna have to kind of add a little bit of water to my brush to kind of soften it up because it's been here for a while, and so it needs. I need to get a new one, but you know, if you put your brush in water, it'll do fine. So what you're gonna do, holding it underneath here, okay, you're just gonna mainly kind of dry brush. You're not painting the whole thing with it. It's kind of a dry brush thing. Okay, so we're going to go all the way around here. The whole thing, we're going to go over here. Okay, and you just want to go all the way around with this metallic luster. Makes it look really pretty when you put it on here. I love the way it looks. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this all the way around here, and I'll come back and we'll work on the tree after I get done with this. Okay, so I'm going to do that. We'll be back. All right, now I have this pretty much done. I'm going to just try to dry it real quick, get this dried. Okay, and then we're going to get onto the tree. This will really look really pretty after it's glazed. It'll really be shiny. It already has a little bit of shine because it's just that metallic, you know, but it once we put the glaze on it, it will really be very shiny. Okay, we'll set that aside over here. All right, now we're going to work on the tree again. Now this is something that I tell my customers, this is totally optional. This is up to you if you want to do this, but you can do the metallic lusters also on the tree. I wouldn't cover it all over the tree, you know. There's something right there on there. I don't know what that is. Okay. But I would not do the whole thing. I would just, what I would do is, if you want to do this, just to kind of give it a little bit of shine, you know, just kind of do the very kind of the tops of the tree, just the branches. Like I said, you don't have to do the whole thing in it. You just want to kind of do a little bit of, you know, branches here and there. Okay. Now they do have, this is a turquoise, so they do have different colors, you know, in it. There's like a silver, just really pretty. There's I've got like a blue, something like that. I'm just going around and I'm basically just kind of dry brushing this, you know. And mainly just the tops of the branches. Okay. Just turn it around as we go. Okay. It's giving it a really pretty metallic, kind of a metallic blue color. Turquoise, metallic. So, okay, and you just do as much or as little or as much as you like. Okay, just do it to your little heart's content. All right, I think that is about all that I'm going to do, and I'm going to let it dry. Rinse my brush real good and let that dry. Okay, so we're getting very close for this tree being done. One thing that you can add, now you need to get this, let this dry real good. Okay, and after it dries really, really good, you can add the Snow-Tex. This is Snow-Tex that you can add. It's right here. This gives it a snow-like texture on top. And then also you can also put, if you would like, there's a glitter paint you could also put on there if you would like. I would put the glitter paint on after this completely dries, then put on glitter paint. Then you would take this Snow-Tex. This is just, oops, this is just it's a kind of paint that you will take, and you could take either a Q-tip or a old brush, and you can just take it and put it onto the tips of the tree. Okay, So, that is about it. Okay. And then the finishing touches, all you need to do after you have done all of that, all the Snow-Tex, and then the you know, you would just need to use a triple thick. This is by Deco Art. You would put that on and let it stay there. All right. So that is just about it as far as our Christmas tree. Like I said, you can put the Snow-Tex on there if you want to. Some people don't want to. And then the very final step, your final touches would be to use this Deco Art triple thick to seal it. You would just, this would be brushed on. Now, I think they do have some spray sealers, but especially for my paint parties, I usually just use this because obviously we can't spray anything inside. But anyway, and then the very final thing to do would just be to put the little bulbs inside of there, and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, so these Christmas tree kits comes with electric cord. It comes with the little bulbs. So this is the cord that you would use. And it also has a little light bulb that you would put in there. And then all these little, they're not really lights. They're just little plastic things, pieces that you would put inside of the Christmas tree. I'll show you. Okay, you'll put them inside right like that. And you can put them in any order that you would like. Now you can either not glue them in, you know, you can do them like this, not glue them in. Some people like to glue them in, but some people like to just place them in and not glue them in. Because they like to change them, like from year to year, or change if they want to change the lights, the colors, they can do that, you know. So that's what, and then this here is also a star that goes on top. There's a star, and all the different multicolored lights would just fit right in there, like that. Now, another good way to put your lights in is with the little Snow-Tex. What you can do, because it dries really hard, you can just kind of dip the little light in the Snow-Tex, put it down inside of it, and then eventually it will harden and it will stay in there. Okay. Now that's something that you can do if you want to do that. All right. Okay. So that is just about it. Like I said, you would need to, I shouldn't have put that in there because I haven't glazed it yet. I need to glaze it before I start sticking my lights in there. I gotta get this glaze. So what you do after you glaze it, then you would stick the little lights inside of it, and then you would uh, uh, once you take it home, you need to kind of let that glaze cure on there for about, I don't know, about 24 hours or so. So if you would just let that glaze stay on there for about 24 hours without really using your Christmas tree. Okay. All right, so that's just about it. Now, um, what you can do, and it helps my channel out a lot, is if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. And also hit that bell notification. That way you'll always know when I'm going to be uploading another video. And I am going to have to apologize because I have not done a video in like about a month, I guess, because I have been really pretty busy. Been pretty busy with all my art camps. So it's been fun to do that this summer. I've got one more week that I might, I don't have anybody signed up yet, but I've got one more week that people can sign up if they, if they want. But anyway, so yeah, so go ahead, hit that bell, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next time on my channel.